Hello and welcome to my London flat. I've been wanting to give a proper flat tour for as long as I've lived here, and the clock is ticking because I'm actually moving in 4 days. This flat has been such a special place to live, and you guys seem to love it as much as I do. So because of all the support and love that you've given this flat on TikTok and Instagram, I felt it only fair that I give you a detailed tour. This flat has its problems, that's for sure, but it has also meant the world to me. It's the first place that JM and I have lived together, the two of us. It's also really the first flat that I've called my own because I've always lived with flatmates. So I hope this video memorializes this flat and keeps her in our hearts forever. Let's go. This is my little stairwell where I film all my outfit videos, so you might recognize it. Come on in. One of the biggest challenges with this flat is that the door opens and you're just met with wall, and you have like this 1 foot wide little walkway, and it's very not functional, especially if you're arriving with a group. The first thing you see when you walk through the door is this, my kitchen. It's a little galley kitchen. This is what I fell in love with when I viewed this flat. This and the floors, which you'll see in a second. So first thing in the kitchen, we have my little mug shelf above my oven. This is where all my cutie pie mugs are. My mom collects mugs like a crazy person in the best possible way, and so she gets me a lot of mugs too. My favorite is probably this one. It's a little fox, and you know, London is full of foxes, so it feels special. I also put one of the small IKEA Fado lamps in there because I think it adds so much warmth, and it's a really good light to have when you're cooking at night and you don't want the big overheads on. This is where all the cooking happens. I feel really tall right here, and I think this is why so many people think that I'm tall in my videos. I'm 5 feet tall. This hood is so low that I feel like a tall lady when I'm standing here cooking, and I can just like lean down and like put my hand up here. I feel gigantic. Below my hob are all these amazing drawers. The front is stainless steel or something, but it's a really nice chrome material, and I just think it looks so elevated. I love it. This one, crazy. Towels, rolling pins, foils, you name it. Tupperware jungle, plus mixing bowls, graters, burger smasher, appliances, crock pot, NutriBullet, don't even look in there. This is our little silverware drawer. We got this silverware holder on Amazon, and it's great because the sides are retractable, so you can make it as wide or as narrow as your drawer allows. This is a wine opener. It's the coolest thing ever. You screw it into the bottle of wine like normal with the corkscrew, but then all you do is pull the fishtail and it pops out. Bowls and plates. It's very empty right now because we have a lot in the dishwasher. And down here are pots and pans. I love this little oven mitt. I got it at 2021, the store on Upper Street. This is my lavender Dutch oven. It's a brand called Lodge. It is so much more affordable than like Le Creuset, but it works so well. I've had her for years and she's never failed me. Our coffee machine is Galley. They kindly gifted this to me. As a starter espresso machine, I would say she's perfect, but I think I'm ready to level up to something a little more advanced. This wobbly little table we got at Retro Hub in Stoke Newington. It's perfect for just displaying my fruit bowl and my butter dish. Down here is where we keep our alcohol bottles. It kind of works because it's hidden, but it still kind of feels like a university dorm. In our next flat, we're gonna have a better solution. In this silly little closet, we've got our boiler and our mop and our Hoover. This is where I've been keeping my bike lately. Now on this side of the kitchen, we have our lovely little refrigerator here where I've put tons of random pictures just because it's so fun, and why wouldn't you want pictures of the people and the places that you love up in your flat? Cookbook area, this is usually full of granola, but I need to make some. Our pans hang from these little metal shelves that we have up here, which I think is so perfect. It's slightly strange that they're above the sink, but I don't mind. Now over on this side of the sink, do you get where we are? That's the front door behind me. We've got our food cabinet. We have cups, glasses, and other mugs. This is our washing machine. It's a washer dryer, 2-in-1. It takes forever, but it works well. This little knife rack was here, and we're gonna be putting one up in our new flat because I love it. It works so well, it's so handy. It's also where we keep our keys and our coupons. We're a big coupon household. Why wouldn't you use coupons if you get them for free? They're so handy. And all of our little punch cards for different cafes and stuff. So if we're going to the Dusty Knuckle in the park, we just grab it when we grab our keys and we don't forget. My keys fell in the toaster the other day. This toaster is Hay. We bought it from my friend for her birthday a few years ago, but she moved to New York and the plug is a UK plug. So I'm babysitting it for her until she returns. This is the rattiest John Lewis kettle. This was in my friend's flat and they moved out and gave this to me. It's actually like the same friend. It is the most lime scaled, crusty kettle, and one day, hopefully soon, when I have enough disposable income to warrant buying a new kettle when this one works perfectly fine, that is what I will be doing because I'm over the lime scale flakes in my tea. I'm over it. This is our everything drawer. Every flat needs an everything drawer, right? We've got tape, we've got pens, we've got random birthday candles. We've got my sick ass Oakleys, batteries, cash, plugs, you name it. We open it, we close our eyes, we grab what we need, we close it, we forget it exists. Down here is where I keep all my baking stuff. That's on this shelf. And then down on this shelf are a bunch of random cords and lentils. Obviously. Don't even worry about it. We passed by the front door and now we are looking down a hallway. That's the front door. This is the hallway. To our left is the bathroom. To our immediate right is the guest room. This door is to the living room, and this door is to our bedroom. It's such a classic British apartment in the fact that it's all just these little chopped up rooms. I don't hate it, but it is kind of silly. I mean, the kitchen is literally 2 doors down from where you're gonna eat the food. I find it very funny. This is the guest room. So this desk we got on Facebook Marketplace for like 90 pounds, which is a lot, but for this desk, it's from Made and it's solid wood. I find it to be so beautiful. Like, these curved edges, this detail here. I just am obsessed with this desk. This is a little mirror that I thrifted in St. Andrews during university. This is my Alice Neal print. I just love it so much. It's her self-portrait. I love the fact that when someone comes to stay with us and they walk into this room, the naked body of Alice Neal as an old woman is the first thing that they see. I just love that. And then over here, we've got the bed. This bed is actually a futon and it was left here by the previous tenants. It's the size of a normal double bed. This quilt I get asked about all the time. My great grandmother made it and I think it's from like the 1920s. This is our pillow graveyard. Something that they don't tell you about moving in with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, is you are going to suddenly double the amount of pillows that you have, assuming they're not a one pillow freak. Luckily, JM owned an appropriate amount of pillows, but now that means we have far too many. So this is our pillow graveyard. Right now there's 6 plus this one, but sometimes there's 8. My babies, my prized possessions, they're all crammed onto this little rack. Some hats and scarves over here as well. These are all my blazers and jackets. We also have this rice paper lamp from IKEA, which is stuffed in the corner, but the best hack is to use these little remote control. And so you can click it on if you're laying in bed or if you're sat at the desk and you don't need to crawl around and find the button. It's dimmable and it's a warm light, obviously. On the door here is where I hang some of my purses. I have purses everywhere. This flat is exploding with purses. Next room, come along. When you leave the guest room, you see the kitchen there, a wall here, and the bathroom here. Something that I think a lot of people don't realize is how deep my bathroom actually goes. So there's a lot of wasted space right here in the entryway, which is why we keep JM's bike here. What I'm not a fan of is how this tiling, it just ends right here in this weird square, and then there's a round mirror in the middle. The tile itself, I love. Every time I'm in the shower, I feel like I'm in a pool, and it feels so refreshing, and it just quenches my thirst somehow. Something that really does bother me about my shower is that the curtain rod is a really small circle, whereas the tub is a normal long oval tub. And so if you have the curtain all the way closed, you're basically just stood there surrounded by this little curtain. So usually I just put the curtain halfway, and if the water splashes onto the window, I really don't mind. My shower product lineup is not very extensive. I'm not someone who uses a lot of products in general. It overwhelms me. I never know what to get, and it's expensive. So what I've got going here is my go-to body wash is from Wild, and it's refillable. So they just send you the refills and you pop it into this same container and it works so well. My shower face wash is from Origins. This was gifted to me, but it's really good. It's their Youthtopia. It's an apple butter cleansing balm and it feels so hydrating and delicious. This shampoo and conditioner, okay, this is where my crunchy granola California upbringing really shines through. This is shampoo and conditioner I've only ever seen at the health food store in my hometown. My mom has been getting this shampoo for well over a decade, and it just smells like home. It's by Earth Science. It's olive and avocado. And then this fancy little setup was gifted to me by Hello Clean. This is the anti-dryness body wash. I love this stuff. It smells very floral, which sometimes I have a hard time with, but it works here. It works. This is the scalp soak. You let it sit for 5 minutes-ish. Usually when I get in the shower, start rinsing off, I'll put this on, let it sit for 5 minutes while I like wash my body, shave, whatever, and then rinse it out, and my scalp feels so clean afterwards. And then they also give me their shampoo and conditioner, and they're excellent. I kind of go back and forth between these depending on how my hair is feeling. I feel like they do different things, and it's a good system. It works. And then these are my bath salts. They're delicious. They're Hobo & Co. If I was gonna stay in this flat, I would definitely put a little sink skirt around here and maximize storage underneath the sink. But for this year, it's been fine. This is my everything cart. Other face wash and my other face wash and my toothbrush and my floss. And then down here I have like all my little hair care stuff, wax strips, you know, the works. And then below that is a big thing of medicine. Over here, this is where JM's stuff goes. Up on the top shelf, he gets one shelf. And then the rest of the shelves are mine. And my dead plant. Every flat needs a dead plant, don't you think? Say yes. Now we're gonna walk out, take an immediate left U-turn into the living room. Welcome to the living room. This is the biggest room in the house, and also probably just my favorite room in terms of how it's come together over the time that we've lived here. This is the view right when you walk in. You see the big window, you see our Slim Aaron's print. This is one of the original prints of this picture of Lake Tahoe, which is where I'm from. So when we found it at a vintage market in London called Go East Vintage, I immediately had to get it because it just felt really special to combine the fact that I found it in London and it's of my hometown, and it just felt right. These pillows JM got in Taos, New Mexico. And then this pillow, my great-grandma embroidered. My other great-grandma. Another thing about moving in with your girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, whoever, is that you might not have the same style. And you have to work with that. You have to reconcile both of your different tastes into something that you can share. Unless one of you doesn't care at all and the other one can just take the lead. But JM and I are both very aesthetically driven people, and we like to be in spaces that look good and feel good. Luckily, we have very similar taste in a lot of ways, but also there are things that we don't align on, and there are things that we both brought and had to combine to work together a little bit. This coffee table I got at a vintage store in London called Little Crumbs. I love these chairs. I got them at a car boot sale in Dalston for £15 each. They also used to be church pews. This lamp is the Fado lamp. I think it's just a really perfect everything lamp. This is one of my favorite corners of my flat. I love our little winter store hanging. I love these linen curtains. The linen curtains in all of the rooms are from H&M. And the big window is just my favorite thing ever. This direction faces the backyards, so it's very peaceful and cozy. This whole shelving system was here with the flat, so I don't know where these shelves are from, but they're great. And I'm so grateful that they were here because it's the perfect opportunity to show all of our books and trinkets and random stuff. It took forever to figure out a way to organize these shelves that felt balanced and intentional with the colors and the textures and like the visual weight of the different objects. Maybe it's still not perfect, but I really like it. All of our monocle books, our film cameras, this lovely lamp that was kindly gifted to me from houseof.com. Light glassware versus heavier objects like the film cameras, and I think it all kind of works. Those books are really leaning right now. Gosh, just ignore that. This little piece has been in 2 of my flats now. Ever since I first got it, I knew it was going to be a sweater chest because I have a lot of sweaters and I need a place for them. And I also don't want them to be hidden from the world. Yes, it is in the living room, but I think it adds so much warmth and texture to the space. And I would encourage you, if you also have a lot of sweaters or blankets or something like with this warm softness to them, display them in a place where you wouldn't expect them to be, in a hallway or a living room or whatever. I got this at a vintage store in Newington Green that is no longer open, unfortunately. Also, something about our flat, which you may or may not have noticed, is that we have cardboard under basically all of our furniture because the floor in this place is so slanted. Everything dips. The lowest point of the flat is the doorway to the bathroom. The back legs of this chest are pretty much flush on the ground. and the front legs need at least 2 folded pieces of cardboard. That is how slanted this place is. Both of these I painted. This was inspired by something I saw on Pinterest. This kind of was too. I just painted both of them so we would have something to put up. I'll probably actually paint over this in our new place. Like I said, when I viewed this flat, I fell in love with the floors, and I also love these checkered tiles. The tiling in this whole flat is just so fun. We got the table and chairs as a set from Retro Hub again. This flap and this flap, they both fold down, so technically it could be a little sideboard that's only about 1 foot wide. It looks a little plain right now, but usually I have a bouquet of flowers there or something. And this cozy little rug is H&M. My mom got it for me when I moved into my flat last year. It came with us here, and it's gonna come with us again to our new place. Last but not least, the bedroom. I know I said that the living room was my favorite room of the house, but I take it back. So the bed's over here, and along this wall, we put this little chest. This is where most of our clothes are, honestly. This is JM's side, and then this is my side. Here's another one of my cute little touch lamps. I love this yellow one so much. And my favorite candle ever. It's so low, and it kind of burnt the edge of the glass, but nevertheless, she persisted. This is my little nighttime jewelry holder where I just take off whatever I've been wearing that day. Obviously, some Aesop hand cream to put on before bed. On this wall, we have this piece of art, which you may think, oh, that belongs in the kitchen. There's a croissant and coffee and a fork and knife on it. Well, I wanted it in the bedroom. JM got this for us for our 5-year anniversary. It's by a really cool artist. They only have their stuff in this one little gallery in like Listen Grove or something. Actually, fun fact, Taylor Swift owns a piece by him. He bought this for me before we'd ever toured this flat, and the red wood frame matches the floors perfectly. And part of this artist's whole thing is the frame itself, like that's very much part of the art. So in our next flat, we'll look at this and be reminded of, obviously, of that anniversary, but also we'll see this wood and be reminded of this flat. Now here we've got our cozy little bed. This is the dupe of the bedside table everyone has. I forget what it's called. I got this dupe on Amazon, I know, kind of an ick, but it was so much, it was like 30 pounds, so much better. We have another Fado lamp down there, another dead plant. We don't take very good care of plants. This wardrobe is from Argos. It's great. It is massive. It fits so much in it. This is jam stuff, except for a few of my longer skirts and dresses and a few more jackets. So this is JM stuff. This is all of my stuff. Over here at the foot of our bed, this is where we have our TV. We often just watch TV in bed. It does the trick. Because this side of the house faces Upper Street, these windows are double glazed, which is incredible. This little chest here is full of random stuff. We're actually gonna get rid of her because I personally think it's ugly. Thank you for watching. Thank you for wanting to see my flat, and thank you for loving it so much over the last 1.5 years. It's meant the world to live here and to share it with you. As much as I will miss this space, I'm so excited for this next chapter.